The content in this video is in our unreleased developmental stage and is subject to change. It's not currently available to the public. Again, SimCity fans, and welcome back to the Project Symphony presentation, part 2. This is actually a re-recording of my video because the part 2 was giving some post-editing problems, preventing me to upload the whole video at once. But I was getting comments that I didn't have prepared that well, so this version is also better prepared. So, well, let's get started, because I would like to show you how to build certain interchanges with Project Symphony. And it's a little different than what you are used to with the Maxis Highway. It's more like the real highway method of building interchanges. First up is the diamond interchange, and it's a very common interchange type among SimCity 4 players, and it's also the most easy interchange design you can have. So, we'll first explore the old method, how we used to build them. Well, you pick the elevated highway like this, and you drag the road through it like this, and then would you like to place automatically a ramp? And you often say yes or something like that, and yes, and you see that it doesn't work really that well, because these ramps are not converted. These are still the old Maxis Highway ramps, and I'm not planning to revise them because they are vastly underscaled. This is actually a 50 meter height level difference for a slope of the slope is only 3,000 long or 48 meters, and that's a really steep slope. So that's not how we're going to build them with Project Symphony. So delete, and we have our crossing. So instead we're going to use the real highway ramps. Now, how to build it? It's a little bit harder, but it takes a little bit more effort, but it's not really that hard. So we place a starter here and a starter here. This is to ensure the intersection functionality. Let's drag a little out. And now we pick the transition pieces, and we pick the MIS ramp, the starterless versions. And I'm planning to merge this with the Symphony transition ramps, because you can use them quite a lot. There was a little error there because I had the starter variant of it. It's not fatal, but you can play with the startless variant. It's a little bit more compressed, the interchange. Something I would like to have here. So, startless, and there we have the on-ramp startless. Whoop. As you can see while I tamming through the menus, it's not complete yet. It's still has a need to modify the tap rings, to polish them. Something that's more useful for the general player. And now we have our ramps in place here, and so we're going to place these ramps, the type A1 ramps, and they will automatically adapt to the height level you are working with, so you can easily place them like this. And you can use the home enter key to rotate them, just like any other real highway piece. And you see that we have a simple diamond interchange, which does not take up a hell of a lot of space. But there is also the other variant of this, and that's when you use the ground version, like this one. And this is also a little bit harder than the elevated version because you have to build the road overpass, but it's not that hard. So we just pick a road overpass. Here we see there's some missing menu items. Ah, there it is. This will get fixed when the nav is going public, but you see why it's not ready and why we don't release it now. It's still full of bugs. So, wait, wrong menu. So we pick the road, highway overpass. It's because we have the intersections here. And for the American users, keep the yellow line on the inside. For the European users, keep the white shoulder on the outside. It's a little bit confusing when you use the European version, and yeah, that's because we all have white lines. So you really have to watch on the pay attention to the errors on the preview models or the white shoulder lane. So, and again we use the startless transitions like this, and then we pick the ramps like this, and we need one more piece I see, and that's in the road overpass tab ring. So the road overground highway puzzle piece. Right, and there it's done. And it has almost the same footprint as this one. Maybe a little smaller, but in general it's about the same. Now, I wanted to show you the second interchange type, and that's the T-stack interchange. This is a three-way Maxis Highway interchange where two Maxis Highway cross each other. And there are 4 sub-variants of it, depending each on the height level. But it's not really that hard to build it. Actually, it's very, very easy. You just track these two Maxis Highways, just perpendicular to each other. Don't track through the interchange, because otherwise you get this. And this is the standard T-stack interchange, and that's not what we want. No, what we want is have this interchange, and we take the from the prefab tabs. We take this one, the T-stack. You see that the prefab model is not really that advanced, but that's because of the polygon count, and that's something we have to take into account. But if you just hover your mouse around here, at where the two are supposed to intersect, you see that it snaps already in the right directions. And what's more exciting is that it also snaps to the right levels. So you can pick another combination, like a ground Maxis Highway and another ground Maxis Highway, and you select the T-stack interchange, and it will automatically snap to the right subvariant, and that's a pretty neat trick. So it's just hover and click, and that's it. Nothing to be done about. And this is also the only prefab interchange we will ever make again, because it takes quite some effort to make all these models and to path all these models, and yeah, that's why we go for the modular approach. So, because we need 4 of these huge puzzle pieces that barely fit in the ID range, just for one type of interchange. And if you want to know how much work it costs to make this, and this is about 3 full days of work, or even more. So, no. On to the next interchange type, and that's the Cloverleaf. And the Cloverleaf is also a very basic type of interchange where 2 motorways intersect each other. It's a free-flow interchange, and it's quite commonly found in the world, but it's not the most efficient one because of the weaving. Now, how are we going to build this with Project Symphony? We just drag a Maxis Highway like this, and just make a tiny stretch of elevator Maxis Highway above it, like this. And this interchange you build from the inside out. So we take the elevated L2 ramps, this, and leave one tile space here because otherwise the Cloverleaf ramp won't fit, which I'm going to place next. Yes, like this. You go to the curves button and cycle through, and you see the Cloverleaf ramp. And watch clearly to the description, because otherwise you may have the wrong subvariant. This one goes from L2 to L0, or from up to down. And we need another one here, the L0 to L2, from down to up. So you really need to pay attention to that, otherwise you just connect the wrong high levels to each other. Right. And here you have 4 Cloverleaf ramps. Quite simple to place. So now we're going to the transitions, and we place this one, the elevator to ground highway extended transition. Now, I know that some people don't have enough space to build a Cloverleaf. So, we have an alternative interchange, and that's the 3-level diamond interchange. Okay, how do we build them? Okay, we start with going to the prefab tab, and we just place one here. It has the stubs at the end, so we can drag out the real highway, like the Symphony highway, like this. And now we go to the transitions tab, and we need to place these transitions. And I still forgot that these are just one tile off, these preview models. Bit annoying, but we're going to fix that. And I see that the preview models are more broken than I thought. But nothing that we can't fix. Something that will show up when we are going to test it after the feature freeze. So now I do everything on the descriptions, and we know it's one tile off, but they are in place. And now we just simply need to place these type A1 ramps, and we're done. Oh, and you see that all of these pieces have error textures, and I've completed them for this and Project 57, which is quite nice. So the NAM31 will have error textures as in the main release, and it's the first time we have error textures in time for the new NAM release, which is quite neat. There's one interchange type left, and that's the two level roundabout. It's not meant to be crossing between two motorways, but rather a motorway and a lower grade road. So we start off with a stretch of ground level Maxis Highway, and we go to the we drag a small stretch of elevated highway on either side with two tiles space. So we go to the prefab step, and we pick this one, the two-level roundabout. With this piece, and now we can demolish it until we only have stubs left. And with the stubs you can do multiple things. So one side we can build elevated highway to ground highway transition, if it will snap. Like this. And on the other end we could build with the avenue and first a transition like this, and then down to avenue ground level. So you can connect these not only with Maxis Highway but also with avenues, and also to real highways, because you can simply drag out the real highway from the stubs from the elevated Maxis Highway, and they will be converted to elevated real highway form. So now we have these in place, and now we have to go to the real highway transition step to get these sloped puzzle pieces again. And then we pick the Symphony ramps, type A, and we have this final basic type of interchange done. And you can see that you can build quite some interchanges with Project Symphony, but also interchanges you can build with the real highway mods can be built with the Project Symphony. For instance, let me show you a little quick demonstration to build a partial Cloverleaf. And there we have a partial Cloverleaf interchange. And thank you for watching this demonstration, and see what happens at March 1 when we release this mod.